The year was 1894. Grover Cleveland was our nation's president. Coca-Cola was sold in bottles for the first time, and it was the same year Americans got their first taste of Hershey's chocolate. Also happening in 1894, the Atlas Saloon opened for business in Excelsior Springs. Here's this week's Friday Night Flights.
My great-grandfather was a doctor here in town.
Jim McCullough's roots in Excelsior Springs, Missouri run deep.
We still have the original old family farm out at Boston, Missouri that has been in the family since 1893.
15 years ago, McCullough bought the Atlas Saloon because, as he tells it, it had fallen on hard times.
We wanted to make it a place that you could bring your wife into, or your wife could come in by herself and not feel intimidated or whatever. And so one thing led to another, and I turned a $30,000 renovation into a $150,000 renovation, and here we are.
McCullough isn't just renovating an old saloon, he's preserving history.
It was pretty notorious.
The Schlitz Brewing Company built the Atlas Saloon in 1894, at a time when people flocked to Excelsior Springs to drink or soak in the town's natural spring water, hoping for a health boost. During the economic boom, bars, saloons, and brothels flourished. In fact, the wildest brothel, the Excelsior Club, sat on the second floor of the Atlas.
In 1903, the governor of the state of Missouri came to town himself to shut it down.
But that was then. This is now.
Come on in, I'll show you what we're doing in here. This is a small brew house.
Keith Hudson
Just got a one-barrel system.
is the head brewer at Atlas, where they've been making beer for more than a year now.
All brewing starts with a recipe.
Okay.
So here's a recipe for the next beer that we're getting ready to brew.
Hudson's passion for beer
So that's a Kolsch.
might have been inspired by a Christmas gift 50 years ago.
My favorite Christmas present was my 4th grade chemistry set.
With a volcano that erupts.
Really?
Yeah, underneath the tree, got the what I don't know, had the little sulfur and all. And so I made gunpowder, and I bubbled my HCl acid to make acid and all that stuff, and I was bubbling in the dining room table and blowing up and stuff, and I've just been doing that ever since.
You'll find several different styles of beer at Atlas, but they specialize in lagers.
I said, we need something to bring the Bud Light drinkers and the Miller Lite drinkers into, the craft beer.
The plan appears to be working. So if you want a little history with your suds while surrounded by others who have a love affair with beer,
What's your favorite beer?
the Atlas Saloon and Brewery is worth a visit.
I can tell you love to brew beer, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm living the dream. It's like, what are you doing? I brew beer and pop profile into your boil cup. Drink beer.
This looks really good.
Yes, and that's what I'm doing. I'm 62, and
Oh, that's awesome. Good
yeah,
for you.
yeah. So that's cool.
Living the dream, baby.
Yeah, I am.
To help you celebrate New Year's Eve, next week, Friday Night Flights goes to Kansas City's only champagne bar.